Skeeter Wyatt coming at you with the Mullet Diaries. This time we do like Forrest Gump and add some extra bracing on the bottom of this pig. Ow. Yeah, we got some subframe connectors. We're gonna tighten up this mug, you feel me? Stay tuned to get the lowdown, brother. All right, so here's what we're working with. Normally when you see these videos, people are doing the subframe connectors with Global West, Ride Tech, Detroit Speed, something like that, but I didn't see anything for the broke-ass budget boys out there, you know what I'm saying? So we just got these Jegs Subframe connectors. We'll see if we can get these things put on. All right, first I'm gonna do is hit these bolts with some Get Loose juice. Loosen them up, let them marinate a little bit. Get it up top too. Yeah, dude. Definitely gonna have to get this bracket out of the way before I do anything. These ones should be fine to get out because I had those out not that long ago. All right, I got the car sitting flat on these wooden stands right here. It's amazing what you could do with some old 4x4 fence post and a Sawzall, you feel me? I'm gonna take this big old 15-16 socket. We're gonna get that front subframe bolt loose, and we're gonna replace these subframe body bushings right there. So with subframe connectors, what you're supposed to do is use solid bushings, but I didn't know that, so I just went ahead and bought these. But when we put these in, we're just gonna go ahead and weld them in anyway, so no big deal, we'll be fine, whatever. All right, so impact gun didn't work getting this thing loose, but when in doubt, use a jack handle. And you gonna be in the money. All right. Whoa. Lot of crust. All right. Holy cow. I know y'all saw that. Look at that. Looking like a 3-year-old white dog turd. Whatever happened to white dog turds anyway? Must have been putting something weird in dog's food. That's right, 40 some odd years of swag right there, buddy. Holy cow. I should really replace that. Time to go do the other one, and then we're gonna replace these bushings. All right, so we got an issue with this one. As you can see, it's loose, but the problem is the body nut on the other side is just spinning, which is not good. So I'm either gonna have to figure out a way to keep that thing still, or I'm gonna have to cut holes in the floor, which I would much rather not do. So we'll see if I can figure something out.
Sure, Jan.
When a simple install turns into you needing to take the seats out and cut the floor. So yeah, here we are. Yeah, a little hole saw for the dub. Kind of missed my mark a little bit, but I should be able to make that work. Let's go. All right, in today's episode of Don't Be Like Skeeter Wyatt, probably do a better job of soaking or heating or prepping these bolts to be taken out, but we got it. Just had to put this handy dandy 90-degree needle nose in here, just kind of block the square nut below the body mount bracket thingy. All right, so here's the deal. Usually it's this whole assembly that moves. So you'd be able to get through a hole in the bottom and pinch a flange that's down here, keep it still, and then get the bolt loose. That's not what was happening here. What was happening here was this actual square nut in the middle was the thing that was spinning, and this was still. So there was no way I was gonna be able to block it and get enough torque on the bolt itself to get it off. So sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do, unfortunately. Minimal damage to the carpeted floor, so we'll get it patched back up, it's fine. The correct way to do this would be to try to bang this cage nut loose and then weld in a new cage nut system with this square nut right here replaced as well. And we got here is the side of this cage is all broken, and that's why the cage nut is spinning. So here's what I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna put something else in there and I'm gonna through bolt the body mount bolt through here. So we'll see if that works. Because I'm not gonna try to sit here all day and bang out this thing. It's welded in there, so fuck all that. Before we do all that, we're gonna pry out these body bushings and get them replaced. There's some shit that's come out. Look at that. That's gross. All right. Still got the washer up in there too. Great. And as you can see, once again, this super cool exhaust I got up in here is in the way, but should be all right. Man, this thing is locked the fuck in there. Feel good on a cold day when this shit slips. Your fingers start banging up against stuff. Fucking hey, come on, man. Come on now. Passenger side came out without a problem. Just had to pry on the frame right here. Boom. And actually forced the upper thing out. With this one, I had to give it a little love tap to loosen up that upper bushing, and then hopefully I can it's coming. Just don't hit me in the face, please. Okay. Pry on this motherfucker. Damn it. Come on. All right, I got this SOB out. I don't even want to tell you how long that actually took me to do, but there's like a little lip at the top of the frame. You can't really see it up there, but it's basically a lip that was catching on the bottom of this that wasn't allowing it to come out, but a little force of will, a little creativity with the pry bar and a pickle bar and a sledgehammer and all that kind of stuff. So it's out. Hopefully we can start the rock and rolling on this thing. Good Lord. All right, quick update. So this right here is the washer and sleeve setup for the bushings. This is the one that came out of the passenger side, which was easy peasy. I got it all painted up, just some rust reformer. You know, gonna reuse it, no big deal. This essentially goes in there like that. There's usually a bushing that sits in between here. Got all that crap scraped out. This slides down the frame. There's another bushing that goes on the bottom. That's the bottom section. Then you cinch it up from the bottom. So that's fine. Problem is, on that bitch ass driver's side, I was able to get this yanked out. That gave me a bit more of a problem. So, gonna have to figure out a new solution to this. Maybe just an extra washer, whatever. It is what it is. We just grabbed a machine bushing from Ace Hardware, which is not the first time a machine bushing from Ace Hardware saved my tail. The rear end and the S10 did it too, but I'll essentially just use this to wash against the top of the frame. Bushing will go there. All right, so that one in. I'm gonna try to slide bushing and the bolt through, see if it works. All right, well, not exactly how it's supposed to be done, but it bitches up in there. You feel me? I actually am gonna have to loosen this up when I put the subframe connector on this side. I'll add a washer to the bottom of that nut too, but I kind of want it more or less cinched up when I put the subframe in on the other side, so let's go do that. All right, so the original plan was to use this washer right here down there, but as you can see, it doesn't really work with this thing. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use one of those machine bushings and let it rock. There we go. All right, in there like swimwear. Let's do it. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna leave that one in there because the subframe connector is gonna slide boop, right around there. We gotta get these back one loosened first, so let's do that. All right, the directions say to have the jack stands supporting the body of the car, but I don't really like that, so I'm gonna have it supporting the frame itself. It says as long as the rear end is hanging loose, you should be fine, I guess, but we're gonna see if this actually works. If not, I'm gonna have to readjust. I'm gonna go ahead and get these bolts out, 9/16, rock. Ooh. This should slide. Yeah, all right. Problem is I gotta get it underneath. So let's see if I can. Ow. Oh, the lip. Oh, goddamn. All right. Oh no, come on. Oh, give me a little something here. Okay. Now we're just gonna pry and hammer. That's gonna be fun. Oh, it's way off now. Oh, that's not even in. Fuck. Come on now, how close are we? Nice, nice. Should be able to tap this bitch back. Okay. Look at that. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about right there. Let's fucking go. Let's try this one first. We have the lower bushing. We'll throw one of these washers up in there. I got my bolt. Boom. Washers on washers. Might have to hammer this up a little bit, but let's see if it'll catch. Motherfucker, are you kidding me? Are we threaded? Fuck yeah, we're threaded. All right. Nice. What I'm gonna have to do is drill holes, probably right there and right there, to lock it in, but that don't look too bad. All right, in a nice little change of pace, the driver's side actually went in pretty good. Probably because I greased the shit out of that part right there, but we're gonna get this thing bolted up in there. Let's rock. All right, bolted in, washer down. I'd have preferred not to do all that, but it is what it is. See what it looks like down here. Boom. There we go. Pushing in all the way down here. We're good to go. Now we are gonna have to come in, throw some welds right there, maybe throw a weld right there. But right now, I gotta put some holes right there, drill through, put some throw bolts in, and then this is done. All right, so I marked essentially where the center of the bolt was, and then exactly where the end of the bolt was. And from the center part right there should be the center point, and the two through bolts should be 1 3/8 in between each other, and then 3/4 of an inch from the bottom of the frame rail. So we'll see how accurate we can make that. When in doubt, get better tools. Anybody out there that wants to gift me a drill, any other power tools, hook a brother up, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, dude. All right, so hogged out the holes, got the bolts through. Got these ones in on the other side. I had to throw an oversized washer on this one because I ended up having to drill the hole a little bit bigger just to get it to go in straight, but it is what it is. Not super thrilled with the fitment on that one. There's a damn access hole right there. So, yeah, it is what it is. But spacers are in. And yeah, I'll just do the same thing on the other side and let's see if we can take it for a test drive. Passenger side in, which was a ginormous pain in the ass. The spacers were too long. Directions say they need some slight shaving to get in there. Slight is a bit of a exaggeration, but I'm totally not covering up that one bolt right there with how crooked it is, but whatever, it is what it is. It's in, spacers in, everything's bolted up, ready to go. And let's see if this bitch works. All right, so before we throw this seat back in, just wanted to show y'all something. I always kind of wondered why it would always kind of rock back and forth. And mostly because you can see this section right here is where the bolt goes through. That's where that bolt goes through. That's where that bolt goes through. But what is going on here? That thing been broken. So it's either time to get some new seat tracks. Maybe I'll just straight up get a new seat. I don't know. We'll see. We're just gonna throw it back in and hope for the best. All right, we're gonna take this thing for a little test drive, see how she does. 2 pumps of the gas. Starts right up, let's go. All right, so here's the deal. First off, want to apologize a little bit for not getting a ton of video of me actually working on it. Everything was taking way too long on it, so decided to save a little hard drive space and just show y'all the after product. So my bad on that, but hopefully you guys got an idea of what exactly I did to get these things in. Just a couple of reviews, I guess, of the actual Jegs subframe connectors. Overall, I would say if you had the money to get some of the quote-unquote better sets from, I don't know, Ride Tech, Global West, I don't know, one of those other brands, go ahead and get them. They are the welded ones that actually weld onto the rear subframe as opposed to bolting in where the leaf spring bracket goes. So just an FYI on that. They pretty much bolt up exactly the same in the front subframe. To my knowledge, they don't have spacers like mine have, but you know, it's neither here nor there, I guess. So as far as putting them in, I had a difficult time because this is a near 50-year-old vehicle. Cage nuts will tend to spin and not really do what they're supposed to do. If you don't have that problem, these would be much easier to put in. Also, if you didn't have a dual exhaust that was in the way of drilling holes in the frame and the subframe connectors to put the spacers in, also wouldn't be that big of a deal. But I do, so it was a big deal. Also, if you had a better tool to shave off space for the spacers themselves, I just had a little Dremel that I used to clearance them a bit. Also, it would be much easier. Basically, the point is if you're much more equipped for the job as far as your tools go and as far as your knowledge goes than me, this is going to be a much easier job than what I made it out to be. Overall, I had taken it on a little bit of a test drive just to kind of see. I do think it stiffened it up quite a bit. But again, I haven't taken it out on a road course or anything like that to really tell. So who knows at this point, but can't be any worse than what it was before. Also, if you spend the money on solid bushings as opposed to the rubber ones that I got, that's obviously the preferred method. There's not going to be any deflection at that point. There will be with how I got it set up, but it is what it is. Also, in either case, whether you get solid bushings, rubber, poly, whatever, make sure to spend the money on a set that comes with hardware, because yeah, you want to save some trips to Ace Hardware. Don't do like I did. I'm just an idiot that doesn't really prepare all that well to do jobs like this. So long story short, if you have the money, just go ahead and get the high dollar pieces, weld them in, do that, is what it is. But if you're on a budget and you've done something like this before and you already know what kind of pitfalls you might run into, I think these Jegs subframe connectors are a pretty good deal. You're gonna save a significant amount of money. You know, if you're not going ultra high horsepower, nothing like that, you should be a-okay. And yeah, I think this is a pretty good buy. Just make sure to be prepared, watch my video, kind of figure out what can go wrong. That way the same thing doesn't happen to you, you know what I'm saying? So we're actually on our way over to a little small car meet right now. Nothing too crazy, won't be a ton of cars there, but should be a good time. Get to drive the car, and I'll see y'all out there.